Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here with a late breaking news story right here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. I don't have to do my intro. I don't need to do the intro right now, but I just found this out from my good friend Lauren. People are just going berserk right now on YouTube and Twitter and social media. Yeah, I know my hair is getting messed up, but it is what it is. But breaking news, everybody. Vincent Kennedy McMahon has retired. He has finally retired from WWE at the age of 77. I am not making this up. This is on Ringside News. It's all over the internet right now. Joe Cronin's doing a live video right now. I assume everybody's going to be talking about it tonight and through the day and through the weekend. But once again, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, probably one of the greatest promoters of professional wrestling of all time. I know he's going through his allegations with sexual misconduct and all that other shit that we've been talking about for the last couple weeks. But today, wow, I am shocked at this. Vince McMahon announces his retirement from WWE at 77. Wow. Now, I don't know if this is due to the allegations that has been going on with him, or it's just, he's getting older. He's 77 right now. Eventually he's going to have to hang it up sooner or later. And now the kind of transition to Nick Khan, man. Triple H now is back as the executive COO, and now the head of talent relations. So bye-bye Bruce Pritchard from that position. I wish it was just from WWE too, but that might be coming who knows when, But yeah, so Stephanie is now in charge. I guess is now the COO. She was interim CEO, the chairman of the board. Now it's chairwoman of the board. Now, I don't know if that now makes her the CEO of WWE since Vince is gone. He stepped down, now he's retired. But, wow. And there were stories going on today that big spoilers for SmackDown that Nick Khan, Stephanie, and Triple H are going to be backstage tonight for SmackDown. But then again, they might come out tonight and say, "Hey, Vince McMahon is retired. My old man stepped down, and now we're in control." Like, how the NWO used to say, "We are in control." So it is what it is. I'm going to have to see what happens in the next 3.5 hours when SmackDown begins. So anyway, let's get to the story real quick, and then I'll jump into the Triple H story as a back end to this video. So anyway, Mr. McMahon stepped aside as WWE CEO and allowed his daughter Stephanie McMahon to take the helm, which I guess is official. Or now it's Adam Pearce to say it. It's official! So Mr. McMahon went on Twitter. Yeah, he's on Twitter. He follows me for some odd reason. I don't know why. But anyway, so he went on Twitter and made a grand announcement that he is retiring at 77 years old. Prior to this, he was still running TV and WWE's creative direction into the ground. Now it seems he is stepping away from WWE and wrestling forever. And now the new generation of WWE will, I guess, begin tonight on SmackDown, going into SummerSlam next week, with Nick Khan, the president, Stephanie, the new CEO, and Hunter being the COO and head of talent relations. So bye-bye to John Laurinaitis and bye-bye to Vince. And that's it. So basically he said on Twitter, and I quote, "Thank you, WWE Universe." And that's, it also said, then, now, forever, together, hashtag WWE, hashtag thankful. So, Vince McMahon is gone from WWE, and it's an end of a glorious era. I'll be nice to Vince this time, because I've been so critical of Vince over the years. But without Vince McMahon, there would be no WWE. There would be no professional wrestling, or as he would call it, sports entertainment. There would be no Hulk Hogan without Vince McMahon. There would be no WrestleMania without Vince McMahon. There would be no Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or even NXT without Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And there won't be no territories like WCW or ECW or CCW, GCW, any wrestling promotion. There would not be around today if it wasn't for Vincent Kennedy McMahon and his father, Vincent McMahon Sr. So, yeah, but long road that Vince traveled and that he took over from his father back in, I believe, 1983, the early 80s, I'll say that. I forgot what actual year. I think it was 83, 84. When he became the WWF, became the WWF. And, for 40 some odd goddamn years, getting, I think, close to 40, Vince McMahon has been at the helm of WWF, then those stupid pandas changing it to the WWE. But, you know, WWE has just been a monopoly of a wrestling promotion. And, big stars, Hogan, Savage, Piper, Flair, Sting, to an extent, Undertaker, the GOAT, Jericho, another GOAT. You know, people that are getting into the business today in the indie scene, they want to go where the big bucks are. Vince McMahon. But now you got so many options out there. Impact, MLW, partly CCW, even though they're an indie fan now. Ring of Honor, now owned by Tony Khan. AEW, owned by Tony Khan. And Japan, #1, forever. So, but mainly if you're an indie star, where do you go? WWE, mostly. That's pretty much all I can say about that. So we're going to have to see what happens with Vince as he goes into retirement. And that's it. Will he still be around WWE? Definitely. But doing things backstage? Probably not. Will we see him on TV? Maybe from time to time, but yeah, maybe like a Legends Night, or Vince just shows up out of the blue, like, hey, it's Vince McMahon! Just to say, you know, I've enjoyed retirement! You know. But, yeah. That's, basically all I gotta say about that. So, once again, for those of you just tuning in and will be later, Vince McMahon has retired from WWE as the CEO of WWE. Well, the former CEO of WWE, now that Stephanie is now. I assume there will be an announcement made that Stephanie is now the official chairwoman of the board and the new official CEO of WWE. So, she'll take over for her dad. Hunter will be CEO or COO, because now he's back as a COO, doing his duties that he used to do. But now he's the head of talent relations, which is great. Now all he needs to do is get NXT back. But I don't even know if Hunter can even resurrect NXT 2.0 and maybe just get rid of the 2.0 and bring back the black and gold. Because that was his baby until Vince said, get out of here. I'll take over with Nick Khan. And basically he almost ran NXT 2.0 into the ground. I mean, it's still decent. I mean, you got good stars like Mandy Rose and Braun Breaker and and others. But still, you know, the people that are there's not that many people that are Triple H guys, except for EO, but EO's going bye-bye. I think besides Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, the originals of the Black and Gold, EO's the only one left, but she's going back to Japan most likely. So all we got left is Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter from the original Black and Gold. Ciampa's gone. Ciampa's on the main roster now, getting destroyed. What else is new? Even though Vince said, oh, he has nice broad shoulders. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. But, yeah. I am still in shock that Vince McMahon actually came out today and said, I'm done. I'm time to retire. Time to move on. And I still think this is because of the allegations. I mean, you just don't, you know... I mean, you have cases galore with all these women and stuff. You know, some of the cases, the lawsuits you had with the XFL, that got dropped. But you still have allegations going on with the board of directors still, I guess, investigating this thing now. But I guess now that investigation might be done because Vince is retired. Yeah, I might be balding, but it is what I don't know what else to say. I am just flabbergasted and shocked. I knew this day was coming, but I didn't think this soon. So now where does WWE go without, you know, without Vince? And I hate to say it, but Punk has been right all along this year. That WWE was gonna fold when Vince McMahon, well, he hasn't died yet. But look what happened. This 2011 pipe bomb is just about is coming true in a way. You know, Stephanie and his doofus son-in-law are taking over the company right now. So give credit to CM Punk. But now what happens? What happens now? I mean, let me know your thoughts. What is going to happen with WWE now that Vince McMahon is basically gone from CEO? I mean, what do you think Stephanie's going to do? I mean, she's kind of doing stuff now with Liv Morgan being champ and people like Bobby Lashley being champ. People that should be champions here and there, but still, they need a really big overhaul in WWE. The creative team needs to go. The current creative team needs to go. They need new writers. They need bookers because the booking team sucks. Every fucking week's a rematch. Why? See, you need to do the booking like Tony Khan does his booking with every freaking show. You rarely see a freaking rematch on Dynamite, Dark, Elevation, or even on Rampage. No rematches at all. Except there's like a big feud that goes on to a pay-per-view and then goes on to another pay-per-view or another event. It is what it is. WWE needs a new direction, and this is where I think they're going to go. With Stephanie, Hunter, and Nick Khan, man. So, it's going to be a very interesting SmackDown tonight. And hopefully you all watch with me tonight on my SmackDown Rampage review. I will be doing it tonight. Later on tonight. Probably late tonight. Like, probably 11:30 after midnight maybe, depending on how I feel. I feel like shit today. Good thing I took the day off. I still got paid, but took the day off. Took the weekend off because I am just a mess right now. Physically and not mentally, but physically, I barely got any sleep. I mean, I got up at 5:45 this morning, puking my guts out for 2 hours. 2 hours, on and off for 2 hours. Finally got to sleep at a little after 8 a.m. Got a couple hours sleep. Took like a 4.5 hour power nap. Well, sleep. I was sleeping for 4 hours. Got up right before 1, and I've been up ever since, but I feel like crap. I feel dehydrated. I feel like my body just shut down. See? Which makes the trolls happy. Well, fuck you. I'm still here. I'm still talking. God ain't ready for me yet, dude. Guys, not yet. Not for a very long time. So you're gonna have to put up with me for the rest of your fucking lives. But I digress. So it is what it is. So yeah, so leave me your thoughts and opinions and comments down below. What do you guys think of Vince McMahon stepping down and retiring at the age of 77? This is 30 years in the making. This has been going on since 1992, when Vince kind of took over everything. But I'm still in shock. And now that Hunter's back in control of what he used to do, you know, well, besides not getting NXT yet, but we'll probably get an announcement that Hunter's back to running NXT. Hopefully we'll get the black and gold back. It's going to be an interesting end of summer going into the fall for WWE and beyond, with Nick Khan, Stephanie, and Hunter, and Shawn Michaels, of course. By the way, happy birthday to Shawn Michaels. Heartbreak kid. He didn't need Jannetty. Yeah, he didn't need Jannetty to be at his birthday party. Why wasn't I invited? Come on. But I digress. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting future for the WWE going forward now without their leader, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. It's going to be a whole new landscape of professional wrestling, the sport of professional wrestling. I can't wait. I know wrestling has gotten stale right now. I know. Ratings are bad. For every company right now. Impact's barely getting 125,000 views with a shit TV deal. Raw basically is stagnant between 1.6 and at best a 2. SmackDown's is probably, I think, their best show, which gets around 2.2 at most, 2.3, depending on if it's a good show or not. NXT's been around the 500 to 700,000 view mark. With that, AEW did 910,000 views this week. Wednesday night for their Barbed Wire Everywhere show for Fyter Fest Week 2. Rampage is barely getting around over 400,000. Barely. I mean, last week they did 425. I can only imagine what this week's gonna be. Well, tonight's gonna be, I should say, not this. Well, this week, same thing. I think it's just gonna get swamped by SmackDown because everybody's gonna be watching SmackDown now and see what happens. Does Hunter, Stephanie, and Nick Khan? We'll finally see Nick Khan on live TV. I doubt that, but they're backstage tonight. And they got a lot of interesting things happening. They already made some spoilers out tonight. Roman's going to be there. They made Roman's locker room. So Roman will be there. Brock is definitely going to be there in Boston. We got the swimwear edition of Max Dupri and Marseille and Mansoir. They're gonna come out highlighting their summer collection, basically to hype SummerSlam. And then the debut of Max Dupri's sister, Maxine Dupri, who we still don't know who she is. I think it's Sophia Cromwell. That's just my opinion. But then again, it could be somebody we don't know. But I know it's somebody from NXT. Because if it's somebody from the main roster, then I don't know. I don't really care. Unless it's like Aaliyah, then I'm like, oh, you finally did something with her. Instead of keeping her in catering, just looking pretty. But I'm thinking it might be somebody from NXT. Which could be Sophia Cromwell, but if the rumors of Von Wagner and Solo Sikoa, mainly Solo Sikoa is coming up to the main roster to join the Bloodline. As far as Von Wagner goes, that could be a possibility. So that's what I'm saying. Sophia Cromwell might be change her name to Maxine Dupri. And all that. Also, we got a face-to-face between Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey ahead of their SummerSlam match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which I still think Ronda's going to win, but I would not be shocked if Liv somehow pulls a rabbit out of her hot ass and beats Ronda again. But we'll have to see what happens in about 3 hours from now on SmackDown. That'll be probably one of the most anticipated SmackDowns since Vince McMahon just came out of the blue after the allegations. He just said, "Oh, I'm going to be on SmackDown tonight." Everybody watched SmackDown that night. Then he's like, "I'm going to be on Raw." Didn't really help the ratings on Raw, but still. But wow, Vince McMahon is gone from WWE. He has retired. The landscape has changed, ladies and gentlemen. The landscape has changed. And me being a hardcore wrestling fan since 1980, with the glory days of World Class Championship Wrestling, the AWA, when Vince was around in the AWA, he didn't own it, but he was around, and then WWF, that his father, Vince Sr., owned, and then he took over in the early 80s, made it WWF. Hogan comes around, Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah, Junkyard Dog, and all those people that were from the WWF days and the AWA days came up. Vince now owned the promotion, made it worldwide, makes WrestleMania and the spring of 1984. And I was there, by the way. And that's it, man. From basically 84 to now, it's been the Vince McMahon show. Now, from as of July 22nd, 2022, it is now the Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and Paul Levesque, or Stephanie McMahon, Levesque, Paul Levesque era. I guess you can call it that. But the wheels are changing. The times are changing. You got to get, gotta roll with the changes, or as Van Halen would say, you got to roll with the changes to get what's what real. So, a new era, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been through a lot with the WWE. The golden years with Hogan and Savage. The really shit years from basically 89 to 95. With the new generation era, with Owen Hart days and shit like that. Psycho Sid, Michaels, and then the Attitude Era, which was one of my favorite eras next to the Ruthless Aggression Era. I lived through that. The horrible PG era for 14 goddamn years, and it's gonna be ending, we don't know when, but it will be ending going to TV 14. Which I still think it's a ratings ploy, but even The Undertaker said, it's a good idea. So when The Undertaker says it's a good idea, it's a good idea. Because he's the GOAT, and he knows. Because he's been through that TV 14 era a lot of times. That's why he's the GOAT. But it is what it is. Alright, so that's all I'm going to say right now. It's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, I want to get this done quickly. And then probably around 6 o'clock, 6:30, I'm going to do TSL 25 on my Shadow Slayer channel. Link to the channel is down below. We'll go live for a little bit, going into SmackDown. Do a little bit more talk about this particular thing, about Vince and Hunter. Well, Vince retiring, Hunter coming back. What's going to happen tonight for SmackDown and going forward for WWE and professional wrestling. So we'll talk about that. Celebrate our 25th show, the Silver Edition of TSL. Talk about this great team on the Mets tonight, coming back for starting the second half and what they're going to be doing. They're supposedly out of the Juan Soto sweepstakes now, and again, you got a week left. A little over a week, 9 days actually, till the actual trade deadline. Who the Mets get? Do they Can they still get Soto, even though the Mets said we're not going to get rid of Mauricio, Alvarez, Beatty, and they're really top 3 prospects, which is Alvarez, Mauricio, and Beatty. They're not going to get rid of them. There's no way. So the Juan Soto sweepstakes has ended, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people wanted him. I didn't. He might go to the Yankees, and I don't personally care. I personally don't care if he goes to the Yankees. He'll stink there too. And that possibly means bye-bye Judgy Wudgy. Because he's going to be a free agent, and he's going to want a lot of money. So, and same thing with Soto. He rejected $450 million from the Nationals, and he wants to play for the Mets. But Stevie Cohen's like, I'm not getting rid of my 3 top prospects just to get this guy. So, we'll see. But I think the Mets don't even need Soto. We don't need Soto. Where's he going to play? Left field? Yeah, mostly left field. But then what do you do with McNeil? You put him at second. Okay, you put McNeil at second. That's fine. Then you platoon him with Guillaume, who I don't know what's going to happen with him the rest of the year and going into the end of the year, well, going into the offseason. Of course, McNeil's a free agent. I would highly sign McNeil, Nimmo, and get some more bullpen help. That would be nice. Maybe another big bat, but I don't know. But they're still in the Trey Mancini sweepstakes, the guy from Baltimore. Josh Bell from the Nationals. Nelson Cruz possibly coming to the Mets. The guy from Pittsburgh, Vogel Bitch, whatever the fuck his name is. Vogel Beach, whatever. Vogel Beck, I don't know. I can't say his name. Another guy. And maybe they get a pitcher in the starting rotation. Not that they need it, but just as an emergency, because DeGrom's coming back next week supposedly. We don't know. He pitched a 5 innings, 60 pitches. Looked great, 10 strikeouts. The guy is just ready to come back. When? I'm hoping either Tuesday or Wednesday night for the Yankee series. But it is what it is. So the Calvary's starting to come back. McGill is going to be coming back sometime in August. Trevor may be coming back. I don't care. I personally don't care about that guy. That guy can go fuck himself. Go play your video games and shut the fuck up. You bum. Go back to Minnesota. So it is what it is. So see what Uncle Stevie has up his sleeve in the next 9 days. I know Washington did sign somebody, an outfielder. So it looks like Soto will be dealt by the All-Star, the trade deadline next weekend. Or he stays with the Nationals and then just leaves, and then gonna have a big bidding war probably in November, by the end of this year, going into early next year. Where does he go if it isn't dealt and signed with another team? Because they could just, like someone like the Yankees, just sign him for the rest of this year. Be a big asset to them going to the playoffs. But then, what do you do with him? You put him in. I would think they'll put him in left. Then you have Judgy Wudgy, and Stanton could alternate as DH. Soto could be DH. But does Cashman pull the trigger and make the Yankee fans happy? Probably not. We never know. Or does Uncle Stevie kind of pull the trigger and get somebody like a Juan Soto, which I doubt, since they've been going on Twitter all day that Soto is not coming to the Mets, even though he wants to come to the Mets. The Mets just don't want to get rid of Alvarez, and not going to get rid of Alvarez. That's a fact. They're not getting rid of him. If they have another guy they drafted as a catcher to be his heir apparent, they're not trading Beatty, which is going to be their next future star, along with Vientos as the new third baseman of the future. Mauricio will probably be the only one they can get rid of. But if I was if it was up to me, I would get rid of freaking Dom Smith, get because he stinks. I like the guy, but, you know, not producing as much. Get rid of J.D. Davis, Dom Smith. Get rid of some guys on the bullpen. And to get Josh Bell, maybe Soto with that. They want Patrick Corbin, but... Not Baron Corbin. Patrick Corbin, but the Mets don't want to eat his contract. I don't blame him, because he stinks. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the Mets and the trade deadline. The Yankees with the trade deadline, they may stand pat. Just like, oh, we got a good team. We got 60-some-odd wins, even though we lost. We got swept yesterday in Houston by the the Astros. Now they play Baltimore tonight. Baltimore's had their number this season, too. And the Yankees are up by 12 games right now. That league can go downhill really quick by middle of August, the way they're going. So, if Cashman wants to win now, like Uncle Stevie does, I think they'll make a good push for Soto. But we'll see. We shall see. Alright, that's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, my time is almost up. So, I gotta go. So, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts about Vince McMahon retiring, Hunter coming back to be COO and head of talent relations. What's going to happen on SmackDown tonight? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, stick it straight up YouTube's ass, and subscribe to my other channels, which are all down below in the gobbledygook. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And share the video all over the internet. And please tap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. And then I'll be back around 6 o'clock, 6:30 or so, with TSL 25. So get ready for that. So we'll have a 3-way dance today. This video... TSL 25 and my not my SmackDown Rampage review late tonight. And then tomorrow early afternoon, we will do TSL 26, our Ring of Honor predictions. And then probably Sunday afternoon, we'll do the review on this channel. And then that'll be it for the weekend. That's pretty much it. Alright, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace!